Now, back to The Psychology of Spirit.
So when we look at choosing a different action for a different outcome, it takes time, it takes practice, and yes, even though it's internal, and even though it's all thought, it is scary. Remember, ego doesn't want to be thought that it's going to be ruled out of existence, so it sometimes will get louder and louder and louder. The thing is that the more we practice, and the more we get in our own corner, the quieter the ego gets. And that is so important to remember. Then the next thing you know, you've blossomed. You've moved so far ahead you had no idea. So what does that look like? Let's say you bought a new outfit and you want to wear it, but it's really not what you've ever worn before. And you know people are going to say, oh, what are you wearing today? The thing is that you have to look at yourself and say in the mirror, you're not trying to prove that you're doing something right. Ego always feels the need to defend itself, and you don't need to defend it. And this is where self-confidence begins to develop. If you look at people who are insecure, they're constantly trying to defend or prove to other people that they're a good person. Bottom line is, if you know you're a good person, which all of us are, even when we think we're not, you know what? We are. You begin to come across as extremely confident. So you put on that new outfit. As a man, you just bought white shoes, maybe wingtip shoes. And you're going to walk out. You're going to strut your new look. Ego's going to tell you everybody's looking at you. Remind yourself, I'm only the center of my world. Ego's going to tell you you're drawing too much attention to yourself. You're being egotistical. Remind yourself, I'm dressed like this because I love me, and I love my clothes, and I'm so grateful I have these clothes. When you get to the office or out for lunch with friends or simply just shopping, the ego's going to say, somebody's going to notice you don't normally dress like this. And you're going to say, and they're also going to notice how good I'm feeling because I feel great. Ego's going to say, you should really go home. You look stupid. And you need to say, I'm so proud of you. You look spectacular. And notice, all that can happen over wearing a new outfit. And all of us have experienced that. You dress up to go out on a date. We experience this all the time, trying new hairstyle. Our ego takes the silliest things and uses them against us. And we listen. But balance is the key. Because as soon as you get used to balancing yourself, as soon as you get used to complimenting yourself, as soon as you get used to taking care of you first, you naturally begin to serve those around you as well, without obligation, without resentment, and definitely without pity. You stop attracting those who will treat you like dirt because you are refusing to treat yourself like dirt. And you also stop thinking that other people need to be rescued or saved because you suddenly notice that you don't need to be. It's a simple thought, but it takes practice. But what if I'm in a relationship and the relationship just drives me crazy? First thing you have to understand is people don't make us do or say or feel the things we're feeling. We choose those. Well, he or she always expects me to do those things. Expects me to clean, expects me to do their laundry, expects me to go work every day and bring home my paycheck and give it away. That is something you signed up for. And that is a discussion you have to have with your partner. Well, they should just know. You notice how right away when I even speak, you can hear the 12-year-old in my voice stamping their foot? Take a step back. You're an adult. Be a solution-oriented adult. Ego wants to blame. Ego wants to be right and find somebody else wrong. The thing is that nobody is right and nobody is wrong. Everybody's right for themselves. And unless we take an open mind to hear ourselves and be understanding that other people are right for themselves as well, there will be no negotiation in relationships. There will be no solutions found in this world. The solutions around us are so simple. If you take care of you first, in your internal mind, in your thoughts, if you work to balance the ego and understand that you're capable, you will find life becomes calm. Yes, it takes practice. However old you are right now, you have spent that long honing the skills of the ego. But when you begin to balance the ego, it only takes a very short period of time to become in the driver's seat. Be aware that we're in a society totally run by ego. So a lot of times it can get hard to navigate. But once you practice journaling and practice talking to yourself, maybe find a good counselor here and there, you will see that immediately you have solutions. As long as you're not fighting to be right and making someone else wrong, as long as you don't decide you're a victim of the situation, as long as you work from a point of acceptance, as long as you know what you're doing is enough and are grateful for it, your life will become more full than you could ever possibly imagine. This is your life. It is worth every experience and emotion, no matter how painful. And the thing is the ego left to run rampant keeps us at a 12-year-old mentality. And that's a very limited view of life when we can have an adult view. When we can have all of the things that we have learned brought together in a beautiful kaleidoscope of life. We are incredible. This is the second last show of the Psychology of Spirit. And these shows will be available to you for free download off of iTunes. And also, if you join me on Facebook, I have the links posted on the page. The repeats of the shows will be up on Voice America 7th Wave for approximately 90 days after the last show airs on December 4th. After that, the content will no longer be available, but it'll always be available on my website. I do ask that you listen to these shows over and over again. You do have your own answers. You don't need me to navigate, but sometimes we forget. We forget we know all this, and as soon as we hear it again, we go, I knew that. Of course you did. I know you know that. If you ever want to contact me for a personal appointment, you're more than welcome. The quickest way to get a hold of me is on the website, www.AuKeera.com. There's an email link there, and for all of you in the States, for any appointment, I call you. Payment is available through PayPal. I do tape all of the appointments, and I send you out the tape after. So besides the cost of the appointment, you do not incur any other costs. For those of you in Canada, you can pay me through email transfer or also PayPal. And once again, I call you, and the appointment is taped. I am a clairvoyant by trade, and also an author, and also, as you can tell, a counselor. And I truly, truly believe that we are beyond capable. That even though we are born with ego in this wonderful human state, we can teach ourselves to navigate the lives that we have asked for to experience. Spirituality is not elusive. This life is not elusive, and it's not something we have to work to gain. It's something we have to sit back and accept. Acceptance is the only way to understand and appreciate the life that we're living, and also to bring our ego to bring peace to ourselves. There are a lot of books out there that will tell you that you need fixing. That is also ego-based. You don't need to be fixed. You need to balance you. We all do. I need to balance me too. And that's not because I'm broken. That's just because I want both sides. I want it all. I want to live my life to the fullest. And I know that's what we all want. We are capable. I ask that you, if you have any input at any point in time, feel free to email me, even after the shows have run, and if you're listening to this in rerun. I am always available. If I have time, I will answer a question. And if you have time and want a reading, please book one with me. Till next week, take care.
for being with us on The Psychology of Spirit with your host, AuKeeRa, Rayne. We hope you've enjoyed today's program and will return to us next Monday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and 2 p.m. Pacific Time on Seventh Wave Network. Remember, life is not meant to be an uphill climb. It's just life.